This segment is sponsored by EarthShare Texas.
EarthShare Texas is a nonprofit federation that supports your favorite local environmental and conservation charities across the Lone Star State. Here to tell us more about it is Executive Director Francoise Van Kuren. Francoise, good morning.
Good morning, Rosie. Thanks for having me today. It's great to see you.
Always good to see you, Francoise. Let's just kind of take it back to the top for anybody who's tuning in maybe for the first time this morning and they don't know much about EarthShare Texas. Can you tell us what y'all do?
Yeah, happy to, Rosie. So EarthShare Texas is a statewide nonprofit federation raising unrestricted funds and awareness for more than 30 local and Texas environmental nonprofits. These nonprofits focus on impact areas such as water resources, land conservation, wildlife rescue and rehab, environmental education, and various other things you can think of involving green work. And we like to talk about our collective impact of our nonprofit network. So I'm proud to share that our members have collectively engaged over 60,000 volunteers, conducted 170,000 hours of outdoor programming, and educated over 22,000 Texas children about water conservation. So really huge impact when we think about the collective impact of our federation.
That's pretty impressive stuff. Big numbers there. Let's talk for a moment about why it is so important to support the work of environmental and conservation nonprofits in Texas.
Yeah, it's immensely important, Rosie. I mean, we invest in our members because we believe that strong environmental programs result in a healthier Texas community. Our nonprofit members are on the front lines of climate resilience and conservation in our communities. And across the state, they're doing the work that will ensure a healthy and prosperous Texas environment for all. And volunteers and supporters are a huge part of that. These volunteers that work with these nonprofits, they've collected over 2 million pounds of trash, planted over 400,000 native trees and plants, and made possible the protection of over 19,000 acres of land collectively. This is really about bringing individuals like you and me together with the nonprofit organizations that are driving these protection and education goals.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. And I know that things tend to really ramp up once we get into the fall. So you're trying to get people plugged in ahead of that. So if someone's watching this morning, they want to know about how they can get involved, what would you tell them?
If they're watching this morning, well, first of all, I hope that you're hydrating and keeping cool. There has not been a lot going on this summer because it is so dang hot. Fall is a big time for environmental work. So we'd love for you guys to come communicate with us, get engaged. We have a newsletter, we have social media. If you join our newsletter, we do have an event digest on there and features from our nonprofits every couple of weeks. So you get to know about these different community organizations, cool events happening in your neighborhood, whether that's volunteering or some sort of educational event, learning activities that you can bring to your classroom, to your family, to your neighborhood. So come get to know us. We would love to plug you into the environmental community in the Austin area and beyond.
That's good to hear, Francoise. And I know that we're talking a lot about individual attention this morning, but you also have opportunities for businesses to get plugged in, right?
That's right. Thinking about that collective impact, we're thinking about individuals, our nonprofit members, cities, and also businesses have a huge part to contribute to environmental work as well. So just as we have different events coming up for the fall and into the spring, if you're an employee that wants to be, getting your company plugged into some sort of environmental work, or if you're a business owner that wants to see how your impact can be greater, we do have a lot of activity and events that are specific to businesses and their employees coming up for fall and spring. And we'd love to hear from y'all as well, whether you're an employee or business owner, just please reach out.
Sounds good to me, Francoise. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rosie.
Do your part in conserving a healthy environment for all Texans. Sign up for their newsletter at earthshare-texas.org. This segment is sponsored by EarthShare Texas.